In this video we're going to go across how to use the Rhinox MQX Quick Hitch. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go and pick a bucket up, and then we'll go through the attachment process. So we'll pick it up on the front pin of the bucket first with the hook in the coupler, and then we'll curl it round. We'll remove the linch pin on the safety pin, move that to the rear just so it's out of the way, and then we'll remove the safety pin. When the couplers are new, sometimes because of the paint on the latch and a few other parts, it's a little bit tight, so you've just got to take the weight off of the safety pin just by pressing down on the latch by a couple of millimetres, and then that slides out freely. We can then press the bar down, the latch engages, and we can refit the safety pin. It's important to note that the safety pin has a captive roll pin, and that's just got to be orientated in the right position. We can now refit the linch pin into the safety pin, and we can now do a bump test. So before operating the machine, we just need to do a bump test to make sure that the attachment is secure onto the coupler. So we'll do this by just pressing into the ground and making sure that the bucket does not move away from the coupler. As you can see, it's perfectly secure there, and we're now ready for operation. So before we remove this attachment, what we'll do is we'll think ahead slightly and we'll get the next attachment lined up in a position so we can pick it straight up with the coupler. So if we slew around to this attachment now and line the centre of the bucket and the dipper up with the attachment, you can see it's actually off centre. So what we can do while we've still got the ditching bucket on is we can use that to rotate the other bucket ready for picking up. So it'll just come to the side, and with the side of the bucket we can just spin it around, and we can then recheck to see if it lines up better. And as you can see now, it's much more central to the coupler and dipper arm. So we'll now proceed to remove the ditching bucket. So we'll just bring that clear of the other bucket, and we need the pins angled slightly so the weight of the bucket is going to come away from the coupler. We don't want the coupler too high as well, so should the bucket eject for any reason, obviously we don't want that to fall to the ground from too much of a height. So as you can see here, the pins are off level, so the weight on the bucket should pull away from the rear pin in the coupler and allow that just to swing down slightly. The Rhinox coupler does have a captive radiused hook, so the bucket shouldn't actually eject forward, it should stay hanging on the curved hook. So the first thing we'll do is we'll remove the linch pin from the safety pin, and we'll pull the safety pin out to the side, making sure it's fully clear of the latch. Then making sure that we've not got any feet or any other objects under the bucket, just in case it does fall away. We can then press down on the bar. So as you can see here, the bucket is held in place by the radius captive hook at the front, and it just allows it to swing forward a little bit without actually ejecting away from the quick hitch. So before dropping this attachment down and picking up the next one, we'll refit the safety pin. Again, because this has got no attachment in here, the latch can actually go past each seating position slightly. So we've just got to take weight off the latch slightly just to put the safety pin back in. We can refit the linch pin. This is just to prevent the safety pin getting hit when we're moving it around, which could bend the pin and damage the coupler. So before we move the excavator as well, it's important to take the lever bar out. Obviously this could damage the machine and the coupler should it hit the ground or any other object. So we can now lower the attachment down, place it on the ground first, and then we'll curl the coupler out, and we can then slew around to the next attachment. Same as before, we'll pick it up with the hook on the coupler into the front pin and have it so the pins are angled slightly so the weight of the bucket is going into the coupler opening. Then remove the linch pin like before, remove the safety pin, push down on the lever bar, and we can lock the bucket back into place. We'll now perform the bump test. As you can see there, the attachment is secure and we're ready for operation. For more information on the Rhinox MQX Quick Hitch, check out the servicing video here. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more content on our products range.